We have a lot of employers that run criminal background checks or motor vehicle record checks, driver's records checks on employees, and often are cost conscious, right? So they would much rather exclude a candidate earlier in the process and not spend the $10 or $20 to run a background check on a candidate who's not going to meet the requirements. So we get asked all the time, how should an employer ask about a criminal record in either an application or an interview, and what are maybe some of the do's or don'ts when asking about that?
Yep. So an employer, you're right, if they were to actually do a criminal record check on every candidate that applies, and some of them even being candidates that don't even end up showing up, that's just a waste of money. What an employer can do is during an interview, let the employee know that as part of being offered the job, it will be contingent on a criminal record check. That will help candidates filter themselves. And then by the time that the employer is actually doing the criminal record check, at least they're doing it to candidates that have either told us that they have a criminal record, or at least have indicated to us that, okay, there's nothing, that I would be worried about. So go ahead and look at my criminal record check or background check. So letting them know in advance that you will be doing that, and an offer will only be made contingent on a clean record. If that's the case, then that should be fine, and it is fine. I would try to, again, for the same reason of potential human rights issues, you don't want someone to feel that they were singled out because something that is in their criminal record, not necessarily the criminal record itself. And all of a sudden they'll say, well, you don't actually have a problem with all my criminal record. You only have a problem with one offense that I did against this type of group, for example. So things do get a bit more, potentially can get dicey if you're doing a criminal record check when you don't even need one. But if you are putting someone in a position of authority and a sensitive position, then you are absolutely within your rights to do the criminal record check, and telling candidates during the interview process that a position would be offered contingent on a record check, then that should be fine, and it should filter people for you by themselves, and that will hopefully, as a business owner, save you some money from the get-go.